Good evening and welcome to the program. Peter Scully was on the run for 4 years. Considered Australia's most evil predator, he was the mastermind behind a worldwide pedophile ring, which he ran from a remote corner of the Philippines. He thought he was beyond reach, but Scully was wrong. Tonight, we take you inside the global manhunt for Scully, the unbending commitment to track him down, some astonishing good luck, and the sheer courage of those fighting to shut down this repulsive industry. It can be confronting and graphic, but it is an unprecedented window into what it takes to catch pedophiles and bring them to justice.
You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have your own counsel.
We have 6 warrants for your arrest.
The perpetrator of these horrendous acts is the most depraved individual I've ever come across. 26 years of policing. And I've worked in 9 different countries. I've worked in a lot of different jobs. I've never seen anything like this.
Don't move.
Peter Scully is finally in jail, likely never to walk free again. Charged with kidnapping, rape, torture, murder, and selling the gruesome videos he's made which detail the terror and pain of his child victims. Good morning, thank you. So when you were on the run, how great was the urge?
Urge for what?
To find young girls.
Hardly ever had an urge. It's not like a hungry dog that's got to feed every 3 hours or 4 hours. It's not like that. And it's really not. It's almost not an urge.
Then why do it?
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
2011, and Peter Scully flees Australia for the Philippines after allegedly fleecing dozens of trusting investors of millions of dollars in property and IT scams. While local police were aware of the fraudster, no one could guess he would soon ignite a global manhunt, wanted for the most horrific crimes against children.
She's alive. I really didn't think she would be alive.
Australian Federal Police Officer Paul Hopkins has been embedded with the crack team of Filipino investigators relentlessly hunting down Scully. What is the case against Peter Scully?
There's 2 cases in the Philippines. The first case is the slavery, the fact that he's kept 2 young girls in a house and sexually abused them, tied them in dog chains and allegedly made videos of them. That's one case. The second case involves the holding of young victims and sexually abusing them, and then it went to violence against the young victims as well as abuse, and then unfortunately and horrifically ended in the death of one of the victims.
Peter Scully filmed his atrocities at his base in Mindanao, a remote part of the Philippines, then sold his made-to-order vile videos to pedophiles around the world.
Anything that the consumer or the member of the group will tell him to do, he will do, to the point of, killing the child in the course of the sexual abuse.
And who are those people? Where do they come from?
From UK, Germany, and US.
Agent Janet Francisco leads the NBI investigation. She believes Scully not only had a hungry global market of pedophiles, he also had local help. Scully even recruited his girlfriends, just teenagers themselves, to procure his child victims. Hello, Alvarez. Hi, I'm Tara. 18-year-old Carmianne Alvarez was one of Scully's girlfriends. Today, she's in jail for what she did for him.
He said to me, "Can we adopt some street kids?" And I said, I don't know, I don't think so. What if my sister to live with us? He said to me, no, I don't want your sister. I want a street kid to help them. Then I meet these two kids. Then I said to these kids, you want to come with me? And then the kids say, yes.
So you asked them to come home with you?
Yeah.
Because Peter wanted two girls?
Yeah.
And did he tell you which age, what age he wanted?
He said he wants 9 and 12.
On the impoverished streets of Cagayan de Oro, it wasn't difficult to find desperate and hungry children. In September last year, Carmian lured the little girls with the offer of food and left them with 52-year-old Peter Scully.
Then after that, the kids have, what they call?
Ropes?
Yeah, not ropes for the dogs. Like
Collar.
Yeah, collar. They have that.
So when you return 2 days after picking these girls up off the street,
Yes.
they are wearing dog collars.
Yes.
And they tell you that Peter has already hurt them.
Yeah.
Rosie is the 12-year-old plucked from the streets with her 9-year-old cousin.
After eating, Peter asked us to be naked and we were photographed and he took a video.
Rosie tells me she was forced to perform sex acts on her cousin as Peter directed and filmed it. You look very sad as you tell me that. Is that how you feel? It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. But there was worse torment to come.
The following day after breakfast, we were asked to dig a grave.
Why did you have to do that? What were you told would happen to you?
That we will be buried in the graves that we are digging.
What else did Peter do to you while you were in the house?
While we were being photographed and videoed that night, Peter Scully, he assaulted us. While Peter was assaulting me, Carmian told me to shut up, and she covered my face with pillows so I won't scream.
Why do you rape young children?
The answer is, I don't know. I don't know the real answer.
Well, why don't we hazard a guess?
No, don't hazard a guess.
Is it because you're depraved?
Depraved? Maybe.
That you admit you do it?
What I'm looking for is the real reason why I took that road and what drove me to it. Because in Australia I wasn't like that. In the first 12 months here I wasn't like that. So what drove me that way? That's what I wanted to know, and that's what I want to tell everyone. That is, I'm writing about every day I've been here since April 2011, and what has happened, what influenced me, what made me take that road instead of this road, all the way until the present.
Would you consider that a confession?
Yeah.
I didn't know that he's a bad guy.
Do you think you could have ended up tortured and killed yourself?
No.
Scully's girlfriend, Carmian Alvarez, is herself a victim. A child prostitute, she was picked up off the streets by Scully, who groomed her to be his accomplice and one of the abusers in his videos. But at the time, did you know that what you were doing was illegal? Okay. 5 days after kidnapping them, somewhere Carmian found the sympathy to unchain Rosie and her cousin. They made a terrifying dash for freedom before bravely going to the police. Carmian is arrested, Scully is now on the run. Do you think you'll ever be able to get over the events there in that house? Do you think you'll ever be happy again and not think about them?
I hope I can forget when I grow up.
I hope so. I hope so. In finding the strength to go to the police, Rosie would help expose the full horror of Scully's most degenerate operation. Even younger victims, possibly held captive for years, and more pedophiles willing to pay $10,000 to watch vile stuff like this.
A video had surfaced in Europe, and that video involved a white male and Asian females molesting children, very young children, as young as 2 and even younger. That video was called Daisy's Destruction, and there was a series of these videos. And so around the world, police and government organisations were doing what they do and searching for where this could have occurred and trying to find the victims.
A worldwide hunt was on. Dutch police isolated the abuse to the Philippines and at least 8 local children. But still, no one knew who the abuser was. He'd pixelated his own face in his horrendous videos, but Scully couldn't hide his accent, and it took another Australian, Paul Hopkins, to spot it.
I said, I'm so sorry, it appears to be an Australian, and that's awful. So that's how the case came together. It just came together by everyone doing their little bit, and finally then as the hunt for him was on.